So the competency number 7 is about coach evokes awareness. So the coach facilitates the client's learning and insights using different techniques like powerful questions, or silence, or metaphors, or analogy. And as always, that split this competency down to the small components so that you can understand what it is about better. So first of all, during the coaching process, the coach takes into the consideration the client's experience in order to decide what would be the most useful for them. So for example, if the coachee has a difficulty with public speaking and wants to prepare himself for delivering an effective presentation, that would be inconsiderable to challenge them to go straight away and to deliver a presentation in front of the hundreds of people. They have never had any experience of delivering public presentations before. So that's important to start from little baby steps, one step at a time. Another component of this competency is about coach challenges the client in order again to evoke their awareness and to help them to create different perspectives. So for example, when during the coaching conversation you as a coach hear something like, well, I have always been doing this, or something like, I will never ever do that, or something like, well, everybody in our office behave that way. So these kind of words or generalizations worth challenging. Another thing which we might challenge during the coaching conversation, when the client say, I can't. And this I can't stops them from even considering the safe and first, again, baby steps to begin moving towards their desired outcome. So this competency is very much about asking questions, as you have already understood from the definition of the competency as such. So during the coaching conversation, we ask the questions which would help client or the coachee to reflect on their thinking, on their values, on their beliefs. So how does that happen? For example, we noticed something, we share our observation with the coachee, and then we inquire, so what do you think about it? Or when the coachee is coming to us with a goal, and we help them to understand what makes this goal important to you, or what is that about this goal that is so important to you. So we are linking their goal, the outcome that they want to achieve with their true values, with something which is truly important to them. So the questions which we ask has a very clear intention to evoke clients' awareness. Again, that's not very much about our understanding, but it's about them going into the uncharted territory, so somewhere where they have not been before. This is why it's really brilliant when we ask the question during the conversation and the coachee says, I don't know, I have never thought about it before. Well, that's wonderful. That means that this is now the time for them to open a new door, to go there and investigate what it is that they never thought about before, and what answers does that give them. Again, with observations and the coaching questions, you as a coach would invite your coachee to reflect on the current moment, at the moment of the situation in which they are. For example, again, coming back to an experience related to the public speaking or giving a presentation. So imagine that your coachee is really having a challenge with that. Every time when the time for the new presentation approach, they get stressed, they're full of fear and anxiety about the results and the delivery as such. So that could be really important and helpful for them to reflect at that moment when they learn that, let's say next week, they will need to deliver a new presentation. What is going on? What is going on in their body? Where do they feel that tension in their body? What thoughts are getting passed through their mind at that moment? So supporting your client in reflecting on their sensations and their thinking process and the emotions they're experiencing in the moment can help them then to develop a different strategy, how to relax your body, how to nourish more positive thinking, and therefore begin to experience more positive and empowering emotions, which will help the result of their presentation and the more confident delivery of it. You know what often happens? We set ourselves goals, we achieve those goals, and very soon we are looking for a new goal to achieve, for the new mountain to climb. We learn how to maybe elicit our learnings and lessons from our failures and mistakes, but we are very rare actually reflect on our successes and on our achievements. So this is the role of the coach as well, to help the client to learn from their successes, to help them to elicit what worked during that journey and during that experience, so that they can bring it further to the new situations and new journeys and new experiences. This is what makes coaching sustainable, what helps coaching to bring sustainable results, so sustainable learning for the coachee. And in order to help your client to gain the deep insights and to create a new awareness, it is very important to adjust your coaching approach to the needs and the preferences of the client. For example, now you're having a coaching client who is very fast and very speedy and really need to have a very clear structure to help them to move forward. Then, next coaching session with a client who is very reflective and really needs to have more space and more silence to help them to think things through, to develop clients' awareness, to enhance clients' awareness. Also about helping them to identify factors which do influence their current situation of the future situation in terms of how they feel and how they act, or what kind of patterns are created and taking place. I will give you here my personal example. So some time ago I have realized that I'm not so much looking forward to every day to come. I'm not very much excited about every day to come, even though during the day I absolutely enjoyed what I was engaged into. So with help, support of my coach, I identified that there was a particular thing which was so important to me, which was missing, and that was a sense of adventure and sense of discovery. So you might have gone through the similar experience yourself, and during the lockdown due to the COVID-19, we were limited. We had to spend less time outside, socializing, communicating with other people, or going for the travels, for instance. And I really felt locked in my apartment and really missing that sense of adventure. So this helping to identify that factor of what was missing and what needs to be done helped me to create the strategies of how I can invite a sense of discovery and adventure into my life. So coming back to the coaching questions again. So with the coaching questions, we invite clients to generate as many ideas as possible that would help them to move forward towards their goals and desired outcomes. So we work, for example, with a GROW model, and within the GROW model, O stays for options. So with the powerful coaching questions, we help the client to come up with different options and different strategies which can help them to move forward and to progress. So we ask them, so what could you do? What else could you do? And there is a bunch of other brilliant questions which you will learn during the program. So during the coaching process, again, with the help and support of powerful questions, we support our coaches in reframing their perspective, so their beliefs around an issue or around a subject. For example, one of my coaches has been working on a very complicated financial report which her boss requested from her, and the boss, also asked her to work on this report urgently, so she had to park all the other things. So when the report was ready, she sent it to her boss and was waiting for the almost immediate feedback from him. So the hour passed, 3 days passed, 2 days passed, there were no feedback. So she started feeling frustrated and at some point even angry, like, well, obviously it wasn't that important to him if he's not even telling me was it good or was it bad. Or maybe I'm not important to him because he doesn't even take a minute to say a word of thank you to me or give me feedback around what needs to be improved in the report. So with that, she came to the coaching conversation with me, and I asked her a couple of questions to reframe her thinking. For instance, I asked her, so what could be the other reason of him not coming back to you promptly? Or what else could that mean that he did not send a feedback to you? So, and she came back actually with a number of ideas of what else could be the reason beside those first thoughts which she had in mind. With more expanded and open mind in relation to that issue, she returned back to the office and she learned that actually the boss was away for the last couple of days due to some unfortunate family events which he had to attend. So she on one hand felt sorry for him, on the other hand she felt relieved that the fact he did not respond to her message was not because she did something wrong, because he did not care about her. So that reframing helped her to resolve the issue, to take it easy, and then to have a very good conversation with her boss when he was back. So as you remember, from the definition of coaching, that coaching is a partnership between a client and coach. So this suggests that during the coaching conversation, again partnering with a client, we might hold a perspective from which the coachee, the client, might benefit. We might observe things which they are not aware of. So during the coaching conversation, in order to, again, evoke their awareness and to gain new insights, we share these observations with them. We share our intuition and sometimes even our feelings and emotions. If we feel that this is benefit to the client, it benefit to, again, them getting in touch with the new insights and developing a new awareness. So I hope that you now have a much better understanding and better clarity around the competency a coach evokes awareness. I look forward to you practicing it more and demonstrating this competency during the coaching sessions, as well as in your life and your communication with people around you. Wishing you all the best.